The congressional hearing had been scheduled as routine oversight, another long day of testimony that most expected would fade quietly into the archives of government procedure. But within minutes, it transformed into one of the most explosive public confrontations in recent political history, as Representative Jared Moskowitz slowly raised a clear evidence sleeve into view of the cameras, revealing a document that had been sealed inside Epstein-related court filings for nearly a decade. A document that investigators had only recently been allowed to access following emergency judicial reviews prompted by whistleblower complaints. And as the image appeared on the large screens behind the witness table, the room shifted with an unmistakable tension. Because at the bottom of the page sat a bold, unmistakable signature belonging to Donald J. Trump. Not photocopied, not rumored, but verified through forensic handwriting analysis conducted by federal experts, instantly reframing years of public narratives about who had been investigated and who had been quietly shielded. Moskowitz explained that this signature was not symbolic or casual, but tied directly to authorization requests routed through Epstein-connected legal intermediaries. Paperwork used to approve travel clearances, security access, and legal intervention privileges that allowed certain individuals to bypass standard scrutiny. A system designed to operate within gray areas of influence rather than outright illegality. And according to recently unsealed financial correspondence, these same intermediaries were simultaneously receiving large transfers from shell corporations linked to Epstein's offshore accounts, creating a documented trail that connected money, access, and political protection into one coordinated mechanism that investigators now believed had functioned for years beneath layers of classified bureaucracy. As Moskowitz questioned Kash Patel about why this document had never been pursued during the original Epstein investigations, Patel's demeanor shifted visibly, his confident posture tightening as he struggled to maintain composure, blinking rapidly as the congressman revealed that internal FBI memos dating back to 2016 had explicitly flagged Trump's signature as requiring immediate forensic review and witness interviews. Yet those memos were systematically removed from active case files, reclassified under national security justifications, and quietly archived where no field investigators could legally access them without special authorization that was never granted, effectively freezing any meaningful inquiry before it could begin. The hearing grew heavier as Moskowitz continued laying out evidence that whistleblowers inside the Bureau had come forward, describing direct pressure from senior leadership, instructing agents to avoid anything connected to Epstein's political relationships. Not because the evidence was weak, but because it was too sensitive, a phrase now understood to mean potentially destabilizing to powerful institutions. And those same whistleblowers confirmed that attempts to subpoena financial records had been delayed repeatedly until statutes of limitation expired, while witness lists were trimmed, interviews postponed indefinitely, and crucial documents buried behind classification barriers that had nothing to do with national security and everything to do with institutional self-protection. Moskowitz then connected the signature to Epstein's travel logs, showing matching dates where access approvals corresponded directly with flights, security clearances, and legal interventions that prevented routine screenings, forming what investigators described as a logistical pipeline of privilege, one that allowed Epstein's network to operate with extraordinary freedom while remaining shielded from law enforcement pressure. And when Patel attempted to respond, his words unraveled in real time, shifting from claims of unfamiliarity to partial recollection to assertions of limited authority, each contradiction only reinforcing the appearance of a long-standing cover-up rather than bureaucratic oversight. Across the chamber, lawmakers from both parties sat in stunned silence as the implications became impossible to dismiss. Because this was no longer about political rivalry or partisan theater. It was about documented interference within federal investigations involving one of the most notorious criminal networks in modern history. And as social media exploded with clips of Patel's stammering responses and Moskowitz's steadily mounting evidence, legal analysts immediately began discussing potential obstruction of justice charges, noting that sealed documents do not disappear through negligence, but through deliberate administrative decisions that require approval at the highest levels. Moskowitz closed by reminding the nation that the public had been told Epstein acted alone, that his crimes had no meaningful connection to powerful figures, and that investigations simply ran out of evidence. But the newly unsealed records now revealed a far different story. One of financial influence flowing quietly through shell corporations, political access granted through signature authority, and law enforcement mechanisms systematically slowed, redirected, or shut down whenever they approached sensitive territory, illustrating a system where corruption no longer relied on secrecy alone, but on institutional complexity, designed to obscure accountability behind layers of legal process. He warned that when presidents' signatures appear inside trafficking-related case files and the justice system looks away, democracy is not malfunctioning. It is being managed. And that modern corruption does not always look like bribes in dark rooms, but rather like consulting contracts, classified memos, sealed court orders, and procedural delays that quietly reshape outcomes while maintaining the illusion of lawful process, allowing powerful networks to operate above consequences, while ordinary citizens face the full force of enforcement. By the time the hearing adjourned, Patel remained motionless, staring forward as if the weight of years of suppressed evidence had finally broken into the open. And within hours, multiple federal agencies announced emergency reviews of sealed Epstein materials. Judicial committees issued new subpoenas, and whistleblower protections were formally activated for individuals prepared to testify about internal interference, signaling that the wall of institutional silence that had protected this case for so long was finally beginning to fracture. For years, the public was told there were no deeper connections, no buried files, no protected figures. But now, forensic signatures, financial trails, and internal memos painted a clear picture of coordinated suppression, revealing that Epstein's network had not survived through coincidence or incompetence, but through deliberate shielding by influence embedded within powerful systems. And as more sealed documents prepared to surface, one reality became unavoidable. This scandal was never just about one man's crimes, but about how money, access, and authority quietly reshape justice itself. This moment marked the shift from rumor to record, from speculation to evidence, from whispered suspicion to documented exposure. And once evidence enters public view, secrecy loses its power. Because history shows that systems built on buried truth eventually collapse under the weight of transparency. And the fingerprints left behind tell a story no institution can erase. This was not the end of the Epstein revelations. It was the beginning of accountability.